Incremental science 12. The graphics, I didn't want to put that much work in because I'm still like drained. And I was seeing my mind pull me to do it. I was like, no, I need energy first. Can't make me do it. Devon laughed at me. It was like, yo, all right, look, just do it direct. It's like I'm breaking down, like, and then Devon picked me back up. It's like, keep going. Yo, I'm gonna talk to y'all about something that's gonna go over a lot of heads, because the problem with humanity is humanity explain things only on the jurisdiction of how you see yourself, or opposed to the people who had egotistical value from the past, who couldn't see past their own flesh and understand, or i.e. to the fact of what they couldn't find for their culture, they made up reality based on how they seen things fit for how they sat in the current situation where they were. Had nothing to do with facts or reality. All that's straight false. Some people would imagine stories to tell people just because they knew the connection of grandeur could not connect to them. So they would create false stories in the past to have other people look towards something to say, we come from something. That's just the reality of it. But I'm about to put you on. And the real point which shocked or shook the culture of certain individuals when they find out the truth, but they don't tell everybody the truth. The truth they know is that they way back here. Way back here. Somewhere way back there where light really don't reach too much. And the little bit of light that does reach back there, it tells them how far they got to go. You know what I'm saying? So it's almost like if you was at one point in creation on this part of the scale, somewhere up in here, closer to the divine on the incremental value, and then for some reason your light rays got transmuted to a whole nother place, and within that transmutation of distance of light being pushed out, all your divinity, or what you would so-called divinity because of where your placement at, can't really say it was stripped, but as the light stretches, the closer you are to the source, the lesser the energy is. So if that's explained in a physical attribute, then you can see where the turmoil comes in from individuals making current assumptions about themselves, or iniquity, or purpose, like saying this had to happen for a particular purpose. Divine does not stress on humanity's way of looking at things. The divine is not like, oh, well, you're going to get this because you're way out there. It doesn't work like that. You know what I'm saying? You move away from light, period. You know what I'm saying? And in this physical form right here, where we stop at right here, where we start to coalesce into an actual physical energy, is where you have the choice. Divine gave you a choice to keep going further or to turn back at this point. Because at this point, in reality, at this point right here, where we are all physical, we have the understanding to, how I like to say, parole yourself. Because divine is omnipotent. He's not about to sit there and deal with you on that type of level. But if I take your light and I shine it all the way out there, I shoot you way out there, you got to come back. So you can get to a point to where now you physical and you forgot everything, but the essence is still there. So that's all you need to grow. Remember the essence. Take everything from you, all your memories, all the things you did, everything. The reason why you got shot down here, all that. Take all that away. Now you just got the essence. Now you got to come back with just the essence. It get deep just like that. Yo, it's crazy because I actually seen all this. It's almost like deja vu. Like as I'm telling y'all this right now, I'm like seeing something that I saw a long time ago that spoke to this situation or whatever. But so we want to put blame, like the system is automatically against divine because they couldn't comprehend like think about it. If you was this close in incremental value to divine, you felt some of the greatest. You felt some of the greatest of that divine energy. Divine does not have to say, I create. It doesn't have to say a word. divine being, just being, creation comes off of them. It's light rays, and through the light ray incremency, creations are started. Now, first and foremost, the closer you are to the divine, the more first creations you're going to have, like what we want to call singularities or black holes. You know what I'm saying? This is why I put an image of a woman here, and I put first creation. You know what I'm saying? Creation on all scales. You know what I'm saying? This is like very close to the divine. And if that was to formulate into a body, because where it is on the light scale, how close it is to the source energy, it's only going to formulate in the conjunction of whatever's in that area. So they're going to look more like the divine than anything. You see what I'm saying? The divine doesn't have a particular look because divine is energy. You see what I'm saying? So the black hole formulated as a force of energy or something to transmute energy. So as you get further down, you may have different levels of creation that's on the incremental cell. These are creation points. All these creation points describe a different level of creation that we're never going to be able to understand or comprehend because the level of creation where we are now. How do I get a chance to understand this? Why do I get a chance to know this? Because I'm not trying to tell you divine from a point of view of from my perspective. I'm telling you divine from a point of view of what divine is showing you. Period. It's blatant. It's right in your damn face. So you have gradual growth points. These are the gradual growth points as the light gets distant from the source. You're going to have level of creations. These are extended creations. The extended creations get further down. You may have a whole nother created aspect of a black hole because the collective energy of divine's output is coalescing at one point. So automatically it's going to create another singularity to transmute that energy. That's just that's a universal natural pretense. Divine don't have to say, I create a singularity there and one there and a black womb there. You don't have to do that. This is the collective energy of divine gradually building up in different aspects. We know it's closer at the source, but it's still extended. So as it extends, it actually hits a level. And after it hits that level, it transmutes the energy to keep pushing it because divine is everlasting. It constantly goes and never stops. So the farther that light extends, the weaker it is. That's a rational. That's just a rational understanding to the aspect. We can see that as light travels. So every so often, each level where the light stops at, it has to be transmuted in that area and then pushed through to another dimension and start it all over again. You know it's weaker even if it's in another dimension and it keeps going. Every so often what happens is the compilance of divine energy, all the rays, the compilance, where it stopped at that first point, that first joule, that first transmission of energy, that first from through the black hole to create another sun to keep it going and going and going and going. That first one, the energy builds up right here. What happens as that energy builds up? Who can tell me? Who can put it in the comment section? What do you think happens when all the energy builds up right here? This is at 8:42. If you can answer before 8:42, put your time stamp in it and tell me what you think happens before then. All right? Either way, if you answer after the time, I'm going no. The compilance of divine energy recreates a version of divine right here. So this is how you keep getting a representation of divine in each dimensional aspect. It's compilances of divine energy. It's everlasting. It's never going to stop. So that compilance of that energy, it may create a smaller deifying replica of the same energy of the source. So as this energy keeps going through and it transmutes and it creates a whole nother incremental creation point to where we have planets and all this other stuff. This is the energy getting weaker because these celestial bodies are no longer omni energy. It's starting to become more physical aspect. You can go past where we at right now and see deeper out that the planets are getting cold. They're getting cold, more solid, more rock, less life. That's lesser energy. But it's going to be a point to where now the coalescence of the energy is starting to combine. It's creating what you want to say, something coming back. No, that's a coalescent energy. We all get that. That's how we upgrade. That's how we upgrade as a culture of people. And they know it's coming. It comes every so many hundreds of millions of thousands of years through each dimension. And as it transmute through the original womb, through the queen mother, through the godmother, it comes through and it keeps transmuting down until it spreads into everybody, lifting everybody closer to a divine pretense. Naga. Incremental Science 12. Like, comment, and subscribe. Share.